Okay, we're going to continue with the second part of filling in the notes for the inverse operations. We've done what some opposite operations are, and now we're going to go down to the bottom where I just added recognize addition, recognize subtraction, recognize multiplication, and recognize division. So take a minute and add that in, write that in. And it might seem kind of silly, like, of course I can recognize addition or subtraction, but sometimes it gets a little tricky when you have negative numbers, so it doesn't hurt to have this written down someplace. So how are you going to recognize when it's an addition problem that you're dealing with, or it's addition that you have to undo, is when you see a positive number alone. Like in the example x plus 3 equals 7, or in the example 3 plus x equals 7, you can see that this is a positive number alone. There's no variable. And we know it's positive because it has a positive sign, the symbol, plus sign, or it doesn't have any sign in front of it. That's how we'll know it's positive. Okay, to recognize subtraction, when you have a number with a minus, like a subtraction symbol, oops, M-I-N, or a negative sign, in front of it. So this is like what I mean when I'm saying sometimes it can be a little bit confusing. X minus 8 equals 12 is obviously a subtraction problem because it looks like subtraction problems that we're used to seeing. It has a minus 8. But if you have negative 8 plus x equals 12, that's also like subtraction sort of that you're undoing. Even though you have an addition symbol, it looks like an addition problem, but it's because this 8 is a negative number that you're trying to undo or get rid of. You would have to add 8 to both sides. So you have to do the opposite, which is adding, even though this is adding here. That can throw people off. We'll go over some examples in a different video of how you might do that. Okay, so to recognize multiplication, this is pretty simple. Multiplication is just when the number and the variable are side by side, often without a symbol in between. Or if there are parentheses. So an example would be like 4a equals 16. The 4 and the a are right next to each other with no symbol, so that's multiplication. Or if you have parentheses like 2 parentheses x minus 1 equals 5, then this is multiplication here, the 2 times the x minus 1. For division, you would recognize division if there was a number and a variable written like a fraction. Because remember that the fraction bar is also a division symbol, our dear Peggy division symbol. So like x divided by 6 equals 15 looks like x sixths, like a fraction, but it's actually a division problem, and so to undo this you would have to use multiplication. Okay, our next page is going to be how to work through some of those examples, so stay tuned for that.